Good evening, and welcome to the City Council meeting for the City of Joliet, October 3rd meeting. The Honorable Mayor Robert Oct.3 presiding. Tonight we will have the invocation and the pledge given by Councilman Larry Hugg. If you will please stand.
First, I'd ask all of us here up front and in the audience to take just a brief moment of silence for the 59 who died in Las Vegas needlessly and the 527 who were injured. Lord, we ask for your guidance and your grace as we come together as a community, as we solve so many problems and celebrate so many victories. We look for your direction for the council members to make wise and compassionate decisions, that we as a community work together so that each and every member of this community can live with peace and dignity. We ask this through you, Lord, humbly, and we pray for a brighter future when so many times it looks like something new pops up like Las Vegas. We find a way to come together locally and nationally, and that's by your strength, your guidance, and your grace. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Shake their hands.
Just not.
We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Oct.3.
Here.
Councilman Dickinson.
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Here.
Councilman Girl.
Here.
Councilman Hugg.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilman Turk.
Here.
First on the agenda under Mayor is a proclamation recognizing Senior Citizens Association's 50th anniversary.
Okay. They're talking about this too. All right, kind of need to be prepared. Like to share some stuff.
Proclamation. Whereas on September 14th, 1967, a group of retired steelworkers created an organization. And from that group, the very active Senior Citizens Association evolved. The association currently has approximately 400 members. Whereas members of the Senior Citizens Association actively participate by volunteering their time and donating to programs and activities. The Senior Citizens Association contributes to several organizations such as Hospice, Meals on Wheels, Easter Seals, and the Joliet Police Department's Santa Cops, and also the Joliet Police Auxiliaries Food Pantry. Members of the Senior Citizens Association have the opportunity to attend presentations on topics of interest to seniors, such as Social Security, tongue twisters here tonight, long-term health care, consumer fraud, legal assistance from governmental agencies, and health issues. The Senior Citizens Association provides its members with support, encouragement, and good fellowship. Now, therefore, I, Robert Oct.3, Mayor of the City of Joliet, on behalf of the Joliet City Council, do hereby recognize and congratulate the Senior Citizens Association on their 50th anniversary and acknowledge the involvement with the contributions to the community by the Senior Citizens Association. And it's signed October 3rd, 2017 by Mayor Robert Oct.3. Congratulations. And now Mr. Chuck Corso, who's the president, would like to say a few words.
First of all, I'd like to introduce our Vice President, Dolores Quick, Treasurer Louis Clemena, and Trustee Tom Quillman. I would like to say that the Senior Citizen Association wants to thank the mayor, the city council, and the city of Joliet for recognizing our 50th anniversary. Our purpose is to provide education, entertainment, and fellowship for our senior members. We, representing the association, thank you.
Lou, did you want to say anything? Did you want to say anything? So on October 12th, they're having their big party at St. Joe's Park, and if anybody's available, stop by and say hello, because there'll be quite a few people there, and it's usually a good time. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We really appreciate the recognition.
Thanks for not saying that.
Oh, yeah.
No worries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Quillman.
Thank you, Mr. Quillman.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Say that was a lie. You do it.
Congratulations.
You know what, guys? Let's get a picture for the book. Come back up here. Do you guys mind getting a picture for their 50th anniversary album? Sure. Sorry, I should have thought of that before.
It's all right. Please come up in front.
Slide in, do a salute.
Jan's making you stand up.
Is Tom going to be in the picture?
Turn sideways and fine.
You want Mario to fit here?
They have a picture album, I forgot.
Just one more. Gotta get on Facebook as quick as possible. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next under Mayor's appointments. None this evening. Approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Second.
In motion seconded to approve, Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone present that would like to speak on an agenda item this evening? Seeing none. Next is council committee reports. Public Safety Committee report.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. The Public Safety Committee met this afternoon, just off through the council chambers here. The Public Safety Committee consists of myself, Councilman Hug, and Councilman Dickinson. The fire chief and police chief were in attendance as well, along with State's Attorney James Glasgow. We discussed a number of items. Two items that are on our agenda for action tonight is Council Memo 535, which is the purchase of 25 tasers for a purchase price of $52,467.03, and we'll be purchasing that from Axon Enterprise, and again, that's Council Memo 535. The second item that's on our agenda for approval tonight is Council Memo 536, which is the purchase of a laser system for criminal/crash reconstruction. It's an $86,178.85 contract, of which the state's attorney's office is going to be picking up half of that cost. And then the other half is actually going to be paid out of our seizure fund, so it will not be affecting our general fund at all. I know that State's Attorney Glasgow came to our meeting, is also in the audience today, and really gave a nice presentation along with Chief Benton as far as how this is going to assist his prosecutors at crime scenes and crash reconstruction. So State Attorney Glasgow, I don't know if you want to come up and say a few words.
Yeah, this is a an easy vote for you guys because it's no tax dollars. We're both putting up forfeiture money to make this purchase, but we just saw a demonstration of this Faro system on a recent investigation here, and it was incredible. It's a three-dimensional image that a jury will be able, for the first time, be able to see exactly what the police officers saw when they walked into the room. So it also allows you to even like float so that you can look down upon the scene and get a total perspective of where everything is. So if the defense says, well, he couldn't have shot him from that angle, well, you can see right in the diagram, in the 3D image, that the angle is possible. And blood spatter, cast off, things that are critical in determining where the murder occurred, who might have done it. This stuff will be totally locked in with the 3D scanner. Also, you know, from a police department standpoint, I don't know how many man hours it's going to save, but it's an awful lot. And it can do in a couple hours what it would take 8 hours for a crew of police officers to do. Now, we're not trying to put the officers out of business, because if they can go back on the street and protect us instead of being tied up on this. Also with crashes, if you can get this done in a couple of hours and then get the traffic flowing again right away, as opposed to the extensive amount of measurements that have to be taken now. We just had it used in a crash with the sheriff's department. And in car accidents, it literally can take all the data in, crunch it, and do a movie of the accident. I mean, it's incredible. So as Betty Gavin said when I told her about, Jim, that's CSI. So we finally got it. I'm sure Brian wants to make a couple comments.
I just wanted to thank the state's attorney publicly for his assistance in purchasing this. We are going to use our asset forfeiture that we've gained through money laundering, but having his offer to purchase the second half, it made it expedite the process. We wouldn't have been able to do it this year. So again, thanks for the donation.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes my report, Your Honor.
Public Service Committee report.
The Public Service Committee met this evening here at City Hall. On the committee is Councilwoman Gavin, Councilman Dickinson, and myself. Generally, all the items on there are pretty much housekeeping, repairs to sewer and water, street repairs that are very important to the residents on those streets. I did want to outline just briefly one that we did do, and it was a replacement boiler for the fleet services. And I want people to see a peek behind the scenes what staff does along with the council. And a reasonable estimate was $100,000 to $125,000 to replace the system. Unfortunately, there was a dearth of bidders, only one bidder, and it came in real high at $400,000. So staff came back to us as a committee and said, we're going to reject that bid. We're going to come in at, I think it was $55,000, and replace the boiler. It will keep the place warm, and we'll save $350,000 as opposed to updating the system. So they're hard at work behind the scenes to make sure that our dimes and nickels and pennies, as we are up here, are spent wisely. And other than that, we found all the change orders, contracts, pay estimates, and so forth in order. They're all on the agenda tonight for our perusal and vote, and that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of the minutes. It's recommended the minutes of the pre-council meeting held on September 18th and the minutes of the council meeting held on September 19th, 2017 stand approved as recorded. Council Memo 517-17, regular payroll for August 18th through the 31st, 2017, $3,231,416.28. It's recommended said regular payroll be approved. And Council Memo 518-17, position vacancies, job descriptions. It's recommended the city manager be authorized to fill 2 meter reader 2 positions in the finance department, 1 fleet technician in the administrative services department, and any subsequent vacancies which may occur with the filling of these positions. Is there a motion to approve said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is under public hearings is Council Memo 520-17, approving the annexation of 4 acres located at 2121 South Chicago Street. This includes a resolution approving an annexation agreement, an ordinance approving the annexation, An ordinance approving the classification of 4 acres located at 2121 South Chicago Street to B3 General Business Zoning. An ordinance approving a vacation of unimproved Millicent Avenue and a portion of Joliet Street. And an ordinance approving a preliminary plat of Speedway Joliet re-subdivision. This is a public hearing, so comments are in order at this time.
Is there anyone who'd like to speak in this item?
Let the record show the public. Oh,
She raised her hand.
Can you step forward, please, to the microphone?
So I do have a couple questions. When I received the letter, I didn't know exactly what it contained. Can you explain to me what is happening? What is happening? Like I don't understand. Like the property. Can you go a little bit of why we received the letter?
We'll need her name and address first, Mayor. Yeah, name and address.
My name is Beatriz Martinez. I live in 2001 South Chicago Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sure, Mayor, I can probably fill her in maybe a little bit on this. So this is an annexation of 4 acres located at the southwest corner of Route 53 and Emerald Drive. And in that footprint of that property is 2 streets, it's called Millicent Ave and Joliet Street, and those streets are currently unimproved. So in addition to annexing the property, the city is also going to vacate a portion of those unimproved streets. And in addition to that, the owner, or the developer, excuse me, entered into an agreement with property to the north.
Which is the property that I live on?
To the north is the doctor's office.
Got it. Okay.
And that way, the access to that 4 acres is going to be through Emerald Drive. But in order for the city to allow that, we needed a wider piece of land. So that developer negotiated with the doctor's office to get a piece of that land.
I understand.
Rather than have the road come in as a curve.
Got it.
Come in straight.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I do have a comment on that. As far as building, what my dad wants to know is, what are they building it for? What are they going to do with the land? How is it going to affect us? Because we live off of 53. Now, the comments that I'm going to make, they probably don't pertain to the question, but it was just questions that he had. For example, if there's going to be a warehouse that's going to be made, that's going to impact us. Also, like the speeding limit, the traffic that's going on.
The proposal is for a gas station.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that, so I think those are all the questions that we have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
is there anyone else who would like to speak? Let the record show the public hearing is now closed. Staff is recommending said resolution ordinances be adopted. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve Council Memo 520-17 approving the annexation of 4 acres located at 2121 South Chicago Street. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
My concerns were addressed earlier with the city attorney, so therefore I'll vote aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next public hearing is Council Memo 521-17.
Krista, I think you only mentioned the one.
Well, it covers the resolution approving the annexation agreement, everything. I mean, we can list it separately if you would like.
Well, I mean, when you mention the vote, you only mention the one. So why don't we go through and do then 2, 3, 4, and 5? I just want to make it clear for everyone.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve an ordinance approving the annexation. Well, I mentioned the council memo itself, so would you like, I mean,
Yeah, just.
do you want me to do all
Yes.
five over?
Well, no, just do 2 through 5. You did 1, so do 2 through 5, please.
Marty, do you want a separate vote or you want it read into the record?
Read them into the record, please.
Okay, so we'll re-amend the record to show that the vote included the resolution approving an annexation agreement, an ordinance approving the annexation, an ordinance approving the classification of 4 acres located at 2121 South Chicago Street to B3 zoning, an ordinance approving the vacation of unimproved Mellison Avenue and a portion of Joliet Street, and an ordinance approving a preliminary plat of Speedway Joliet re-subdivision.
Okay.
Next is Council Memo 521-17, approving the annexation of 307 Harwood Street, classification to R2A, single-family residential zoning, and approval of an annexation agreement. It includes a resolution approving an annexation agreement, an ordinance approving the annexation, an ordinance approving the classification of 307 Harwood Street to R2A zoning. This is a public hearing, so comments are in order at this time.
Would anyone like to speak on this issue?
Let the record show the public hearing is now closed. Staff is recommending said resolution ordinances be adopted. Is there a motion to approve the annexation of 307 Harwood Street, classification to R2 single-family residential zoning, and approval of an annexation agreement?
So,
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
aye.
And Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under ordinances and resolutions, Council Memo 523-17, an ordinance approving a special use permit to allow an auto body shop located at 112 Henderson Avenue. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 524-17 is an ordinance declaring certain properties as public nuisances. A revised council memo was placed on the dais this evening, removing 16 North Center Street, which was already demolished. Is there a motion to approve Council Memo 424-17?
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 525-17, ordinances for the levy and assessment of taxes for 2015 Special Service Areas Neighborhood Improvement Program. It's recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under resolutions, Council Memo 527-17, a resolution approving a TIF development agreement with Stadium Club LLC, 141 East Jefferson Street. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 528-17, a resolution authorizing execution of a retail tax rebate agreement with Speedway LLC, southwest corner, Route 53, Emerald Drive. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 529-17, a resolution appropriating additional funds associated with an intergovernmental agreement with the Illinois Department of Transportation for the U.S. Route 30 at Interstate 55 Ramps Improvement Project. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Yes.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 530-17, a resolution approving amendment number 1 to the State Capital Grant Agreement between the State of Illinois Department of Transportation Office of Intermodal Project Implementation and the City of Joliet. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under bids and contracts, awarded contracts, Council Memo 532-17, awarded contract for the winterization and spring startup of plumbing at the minor league baseball park. Council Memo 533-17, request for authorization for police station HVAC system control and front end upgrade. Council Memo 534-17, approve a consulting proposal for a TIF feasibility study, vacant Silver Cross Hospital area. Council Memo 535-17, purchase taser devices. Council Memo 536-17, purchase laser system for crime crash reconstruction. Council Memo 537-17, reject the bid for heating system replacement and award a contract for the purchase and installation of a replacement boiler for fleet services. Council Memo 538-17, award a contract for the Black Road over Rock Run Creek Water Main Improvements Project 2017. Council Memo 539-17, award a contract for the purchase of replacement parts for the number 3 digester heat exchanger at the East Side Wastewater Treatment Plant. Council Memo 540-17, approve a professional services agreement for the evaluation of the water treatment pressure filter media. Council Memo 541-17, award a contract for the Rowell Avenue West Half Roadway Improvements Project. Council Memo 542-17, award a contract for the Westshire Alley Drainage Improvement Project 2017. Council Memo 543-17, award a contract for the 2017-2018 Large Meter Replacement Program. It's recommended Council Memos 532 through 543-17 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Motion carried. Amendments, change orders, and payments. Council Memo 545-17, approve a change order number 1 for the 2017 sidewalk curb replacement project. Council Memo 546-17, approve change order number 2 for the West Side Diffuser Replacement Project. Council Memo 547-17, approve payment for emergency sewer repair, Ohio Street. It's recommended Council Memos 545 through 547-17 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
Mayor, I had the opportunity today to attend at Cadence premiere a seminar hosted by Cadence with 300 or so, I think, sophomores from Joliet West, and it was essentially a 4 or 5 hour seminar, and you got the opportunity. It was a real eye-opener. They had a number of different speakers. You had the opportunity to go sit in one of the semis, and then where they had the semis, they had cars parked around it, and just to see the blind spots, it was a real eye-opener, and I hope it was for the students from Joliet West as well.
They're doing it tomorrow too, right?
Yes.
Next is new business not for final action or recommendation.
Nothing.
Yes, just the one thing, I want to, thank our staff too with the work and the contractors on the road projects. We know we've got a lot of road projects going, and thank you so much for filling in the gravel. But is there a way that we can put an alert, like bump sign in some of those places? I've seen a couple of those places where the pavement is sort of deep and cars are bottoming out. So is there any way we can put a sign there that says bump or slow down? That's what they really need to do. First thing is to slow down, but we need to alert them. So just want to put that out there. I don't know if it's something we can do to do that.
Can you work on that, Jim?
Can you? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Councilman Turk, I've got 11 minutes items that I want
Okay,
to.
not a problem.
No, I
No.
Nothing.
Real briefly, last week, myself and Marty Shanahan and Chris Regis all went down to Springfield. We met with high-level people from the Illinois Department of Corrections and the governor's office. We talked at length about the prison, and I'm hoping sometimes in the near future we'll have something to present to the council regarding what we're going to do with that property. Those are productive meetings, so I want to thank those two for taking the trip down to Springfield.
Next is public comments. Is there anyone present that would like to speak under public comments this evening? Seeing none, mayor and council comments?
Nothing.
You know, we're going into the 7th week of high school football. Congratulations to those that won. Better luck on some of them that didn't. And I think we have a blossoming Joliet rivalry. Joliet West, we got to tip our hat, played Field Central and beat them. And with less than a minute left, 21-17. Two of my favorite teams. Of course, I have one favorite team. But yeah, I think it's a blossoming Joliet rivalry. So congratulations to all the area high school athletes for all the sports.
No.
Ladies, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so please do your exam. And if you want to do it for yourself, do it for your family because it can be curative early.
Nothing.
A couple items. September 20th, the Renaissance Center had an open house, grand opening. They did a wonderful job there. I know a bunch of council people were there. Food was terrific, and they did a great job, so congratulations. The 23rd was the Mexican Independence Day Parade on Collins Street. Thank you to Marge Franchini and the organizers and the Joliet Police Department. It was a hot day, but everything went well. On the same day, Joliet Kids Fun Fest happened at Slammer Stadium. Thank you to Tony Jerisha and all the people involved with the Joliet Kids Fun Fest. On September 24th, Tony Nowak, a Joliet police officer, had a grand opening for his residence at 906 Oneida. It was a terrific, terrific job. It's great to see people reinvesting in the older neighborhoods. So thank you, Officer Nowak. On September 25th, Zonta had their annual event, the Food from Around the World, at Jacob Henry Mansion. Again, I know a lot of council people were there. Thank you for supporting Zonta. And then September 28th, Easter Seals had their annual meeting. I attended, I was not able to stay, but I do want to thank Easter Seals for all the hard work that they do in our community. And then thank you finally to the second graders at Pershing School. They had me in there last week and they really grilled me with some tough questions. But thank you to all of the teachers and the staff over at Pershing School.
I do believe we have a request for closed session this evening. Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which the meeting will be adjourned?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilman Dickinson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried.